Good morning, everyone. I hope this finds you well and living your best life in Jesus Christ. So, I'm sitting on the edge of the exam table waiting for Dr. Harris to come and lecture me. I know it's coming, and as I get older, it seems to get worse every time. It seems like just yesterday I looked forward to the trip to the doctor. I mean, who wouldn't? I was a kid. I got out of school for a few hours. I normally got to spend some time with mom alone, which didn't happen often in a house with four boys. I would get a lollipop at the end of the visit, and sometimes, though very rarely, mom would spring for ice cream before I went back to school. Yeah, as I sat there watching the doctor flip through a phone book-sized stack of paper, I was pretty sure there wasn't going to be a lollipop and there would be a lecture. While there was nothing life-threatening happening in my body, many of the numbers my doctor reviewed were headed in the wrong direction, especially my weight, but others as well. He made sure he kindly but pointedly brought to my attention that I was no longer a young man and that my medical history was rather lengthy in spots, and that I needed to get my act together or else. As he trailed off, I knew quite well what "or else" meant. Some days I'm just thankful that I'm still able to get up and go. A lot of folks said I'd never make it this long, and I'm grateful for every breath God gives me. But it's still depressing to know that I'm not as young as I used to be. And sometimes I get mad. But I'm not mad at Bill Harris, MD, who has somehow helped keep me alive all these years. No, I'm mad at me because I know better. Of course, I know that the food choices I make can affect my overall health, but it still remains such a battle. Look, can I get real for just a second? I love food. And my history with food is a long and jaded story. As I told someone the other day, I didn't get to be 650 pounds by having wonderful self-control where food is concerned. Yeah, I love food. But the food I love doesn't always love me back. The message on that sheet of paper in my doctor's hand was not a love letter, but more like a letter of warning reminding me to get my act together. And it's not like I don't know what to do, I just don't always do it. Why is it so hard to know what to do and then actually just do it? And I know I'm not the only one who struggles with this. The problem I face in my physical life is also the one I face sometimes in my spiritual life. I've read about making better choices in the Bible, Christian books and devotionals. I've had many discussions with friends and family on spiritual well-being. I've listened to more sermons, radio programs, and podcasts than I can count. I've studied the scriptures a long time, hard, and I know what I should do much of the time, and yet I still struggle on occasion just to do it. Yeah, knowing and doing are not the same thing. When James wrote his epistle to the Jewish believers, he was writing to encourage them during a time of great hardship and tribulation. It wasn't easy to be a believer because Christians were persecuted for choosing to follow the message and person of Christ. While faith in Jesus Christ served as the first and most important step in the life of a believer, James wanted Christians to understand that works of obedience should also accompany faith in the Savior. James 2:24 says, "You see that a person is considered righteous by what they do and not by faith alone." He didn't want them to simply understand the truth. He wanted them to exemplify it. He wanted their lives to be a demonstration of a truth that was active in their hearts and minds and souls and feet. Knowing about healthy choices doesn't equal me actually making those choices and therefore reaping the full benefits of a healthy body. And knowing about life in Jesus Christ doesn't equal me actually making the choice to obey His Word and therefore reaping the benefit of a healthy mind and heart and body. As James reminds us in James 1:22, I must be more than a hearer, a reader, discusser, watcher. I must be a doer. In other words, as Mom used to say, I need to practice what I preach. God wants more for us than to have a simple awareness of His instructions. He wants us to obey Him and to do what He says, both for His glory and, frankly, for our own good. His instructions may not always be easy, but this much is clear. He wants us to hear His Word and just do it. So I guess that means that I'm going to have a salad instead of fried chicken. And I guess I'm taking a walk after dinner. And more importantly, I need to show my neighbor that I love them as I am instructed to in His Word. Not telling them, not preaching at them, just showing them. I need to just do it. I hope you make today a fantastic day. I want you to know I'm here if you need me. And I love you all.